Prologue. The farmer was pleased. He peeled back the dark green husk of the corn, the kernels inside as golden as the sunset cascading over the farm. His family would eat corn stew this winter. Perhaps they could sell a few ears in the village for some much-needed coins. This small patch of corn served his family well. He had no way of knowing it was where his life was about to end. The farmer, his wife, and their 2 children tended their 1-acre farm in the morning and evening. During the day, they helped tend the fields of a noble-class landowner. Like their neighbors, they were members of the serving class, forbidden by law to enter certain trades, hold public offices, or own more than a small amounts of property. That had been the way of life in the kingdom of Imarina for centuries. The farmers, laborers, builders, and artisans did their share of grumbling, but as long as the kingdom was at peace and dinner tables remained full, few felt the need to press for change.
"Look, Papa! Raleigh wants to show you off for you."
The boy, around 8 summers old, hurled a chewed stick through the twilight sky, sending the tail-wagging collie streaking toward the wooden missile. The dog snatched the stick in full stride before it could touch the ground, then raced back to the child to receive a well-earned pat on the head. "That's a great trick," the farmer said. "Now run along and get washed up for supper before your mother takes a switch after both of us." But instead of turning toward the house, the young boy pointed behind his father and screamed,
"Papa, look out!"
The farmer spun around and could scarcely believe the horror before him. Row after row of his corn crop instantly disintegrated into black ash, as if an invisible inferno rolled over the fields. The wave rolled across the field, heading straight for the farmer and his son. "Run, boy!" The child hesitated until his father yelled again, "Run!" But the unseen force continued to consume rows of corn like dry kindling fed into a bonfire. Strangely, the rippling death made no noise. The only sounds in the cornfield were those of the farmer's footfalls and his gasps for breath. He glanced over his shoulder. As fast as he moved, it was not swift enough. The farmer, father, and husband screamed as the magical surge overtook him, reducing him to a small pile of black dust in a growing field of the same. The boy, breathless and panicked, slammed open the front door of their small cabin.
"Mother, come quick! We've got to run!"
"Where's your father? What?" She looked out the cabin's lone window. What she saw terrified and fascinated her at the same time. A dark surge in a dry, black ocean roaring silently toward their home. The woman grabbed her daughter's hand, causing the child to spill her water cup. "Hurry!" she screamed as much at herself as at her children. She almost made it to the front door. The spell crushed the small house into cold cinders. There, in the doorway of their own home, the Yult family died instantly. Had they started moving just 5 seconds earlier, they would have lived. The killing black tide almost instantly dissipated after leveling the house, fading like a water mirage on a blazing summer day. From a nearby hill, 3 people, all clad in black jackets over plain red clothes, dark hoods pulled low over their faces, inspected the scene. The Yult farm, which had been fertile and green just moments earlier, was now completely gone, erased in a perfectly square block. The 3, 2 women and a man, watched from beneath their hoods as the summer breeze sifted the black dust. They were pleased with their work.
"The spell worked. The blight is a success,"
said the shorter of the women. The trio stood around a neatly placed ring of red roses, nightshade sprigs, and charcoal lumps. "You doubted it would, Nerugian," the dark-haired, square-jawed man said. He wore the same black jacket over red clothes as the others, but red braids adorned the shoulders of his neatly pressed jacket.
No, that is not what I intended, true leader."
The woman offered a bow of apology for the unintended slight. The other young woman intervened on her behalf.
"I believe what she means is that the power of the blight is beyond anything we could imagine."
The true leader nodded. Yes, Eladrian. These magics have not been seen in more than 300 summers. Even the most skilled sorcerers do not know of their existence. But the blight is real. We proved as much. And this is only the beginning.
But what of the House of Magic? Won't they hear of this?
She replied.
Yes, and King Isbiano? Will he not investigate?
Nuragian asked, apparently having recovered enough of her nerve to speak again. The true leader smiled. Perhaps. The king will be alarmed when he hears of what we've done. I'm equally certain the sorcerers at the House of Magic will downplay the threat. They will never believe that anyone could threaten their supremacy, even when presented with irrefutable evidence to the contrary. And members of the Royal Council will pursue their own narrow agendas and scheme to win the king's favor. So, yes, I'm sure the crowd will have some sort of response to our actions here today, but it will be insufficient. By the time our weak, ineffective leaders realize the threat before them, we will be standing in the royal palace, and the scions of Sonorian will rule the kingdom for 1,000 summers to come. Led by the true leader, the sorcerers then walked through the black dust, 3 sets of footprints in what moments before had been a vibrant family farm.